What's good, everyone? There's a little bit of static. I'm fixing it. Okay. What is good, everyone? Welcome to Bravo and Blaze with Jenny Blaze. Oh my gosh, I'm all messed up right now. And I don't know why it sounds staticky to me. Okay. Welcome to Bravo and Blaze with Jenny Blaze, covering all the latest Bravo quote unquote news and the weekly Bravo TV lineup. As a disclaimer, I would like to remind everyone that this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. We are not here to intentionally harm anyone and by no means use this platform as an avenue for bullying. Anything said is alleged. Also, as always, please do not take anything I say as Bible. I am not a journalist, nor do I claim to be one. Nothing I say is fact checked because, again, this is for entertainment purposes only. Be cool, not all like uncool. If you are not following us on social media, make sure you do so. We are at Bravo and Blaze on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Twitch. And we are at Jenny Blaze on YouTube. Also, we are currently live streaming. If you join us on YouTube, you can interact in our live chat where you can ask questions, give your own thoughts, interact with one another. I will take breaks throughout to read through and share some of the comments. If you are a podcast listener, please note that we have visuals over here on YouTube for you to look at. The audio podcast is available wherever you get your podcasts. To help support Bravo and Blaze, make sure you subscribe, follow, share, like, comment, and leave a 5-star review. As a reminder, we have bonus content on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City on Patreon, where we can speak more freely in a safe and uncensored space. A lot goes down with Salt Lake City, and I just feel like we need to have a whole separate area for that content. So make sure you sign up at patreon.com/Bravo and Blaze. I want to mention this new indie movie that's coming out. It is called Extremely Unique Dynamic. I can't help but giggle a little bit because it's giving like Sir vibes with the title, like Sexy Unique Restaurant. But this movie is coming out in January. This is how they described it: the first ever meta Asian queer stoner coming of age romantic dramedy. Two childhood best friends test the limits of their friendship while making a triple meta film. I posted the trailer on my social media, so go check it out. It looks really funny, and I'm excited for that. Let's see what else. Okay, let's get into our Bravo and pop culture, quote unquote, news. The first thing we have here, Lindsay Hubbard had her baby, Gemma Britt Koof. Shoot, I hope I didn't say that wrong. But congratulations to Lindsay, because we've been on this journey with her for a very long time, I feel like. And I just wish her the best. And I think she's getting what she deserves and what she's always wanted. So good for her. What else? I saw this on Bravo Brie on Instagram. The Traitors press tour is upon us. This is a picture of Dolores, Sierra Miller, Dorinda Medley, and they are taking a picture with Santa Claus. I guess this is the beginning of their Traitors tour, and I cannot wait because the Traitors just does something to me. I don't know how to explain it. It definitely comes at the perfect time of year because January is my least favorite month of the entire year. It's long, it's cold, it's got short days. There's mostly there's hardly any sunlight. Everyone's on some kind of diet, whether it's like actual physical diet after the holidays or a financial diet after the holidays. It's just the worst. 31 full days of that month. But the good news is we have the Traitors season 3 starting in January, and I cannot wait. Yes. Another thing that came out this week, this is not Bravo related, but it's reality TV related, and it is Dubai Bling season 3 on Netflix. I love this show. I'm mad about the other Dubai Bling, or what was it called? It was Dubai Bling, right? But it was just with Kevin, who was on The Trader season 2, and Dorothy from Rich Kids of Beverly Hills. She was on that in their latest season. And they were like first starting out in California, and then they like branched out into New York City, but then they canceled. And I'm really sad about that. But we still have Dubai Bling. Wait, the other show was called like Bling Empire or something, right? Anyways, they're supposed to be like similar. And this show is so good. I love it. It gives off like Shaw's of Sunset vibes, but like times a billion. And in the trailer, there was a lot of fighting, a lot of crying. There's a lot of wealth, a lot of glam. There's a lot of shade and comedy. This comes out January 8th, so I will be staying tuned. Oh my God, this next news is so embarrassing. I saw this on Bravoholics on Instagram, and this is a screenshot from Lenny Hochstein's Instagram account. He is on one knee with, I guess this is Katerina. I think that's her name. He wrote, "Sometimes life gives you a second chance and you realize what truly matters. After everything we've been through, I knew I would never let her go again. Here's to a love that's worth fighting for, stronger than ever." Barf. Are you kidding me? Oh, this is so embarrassing. Like, didn't she leave him for a hot young male model? And they were like on a boat together somewhere, and they looked like they were having a great time, age appropriate. Like, what happened to that? Why is this happening again? Oh my God, this is so embarrassing. Yikes. Oh God, let's move on. Okay, there's a lot going on in the Vanderpump Rules world, even though the original Vanderpump Rules cast, or the Vanderpump Rules cast for the last 11 seasons has been pretty standard, pretty much the same group of people, but we've recently heard that they're going to be shaking things up and recasting the entire show, which means everyone, Lala, aka Prison Mike, James, Sheena, Tom Sandoval, Schwartz, Katie, Ariana, they're all out of a reality show as of currently. Minus, excuse me, minus Sheena, Lala, and Schwartz, who we know are going to have some cameos, or they'll have some scenes on the Valley. But this is from the Taste of Reality on Instagram. There's a post of, this is Jessica Walter, Lala's former assistant. She teases a new podcast in her Instagram stories. And the caption, she wrote, "Reckless little teaser because I don't know, it's Friday and I can. Coming soon." I wonder if she signed an NDA though. Like, what can she tell us? We will see. Congratulations are in order for Kristen Doty and Luke, who are having a baby girl. They did a gender reveal. I am happy for them. I'm like trying to process the idea of Kristen Doty having a daughter. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a ride. I'm here for this journey. And I got this from Bravo and Cocktails on Instagram. Okay, this is also from Bravo and Cocktails. Apparently, Tom Sandoval informed an LA judge that he will be representing himself against Rachel Leviss in court after parting ways with his lawyer. This is a little wild, I would say. Why? A lot of people are speculating that this is because he has no money for a lawyer, especially now that we know he's not going to be on Vanderpump Rules. Schwartz and Sandy's is closing. We know his band doesn't make him any money, so maybe Tom Sandoval should be cast on Vanderpump Rules as a bartender. Just start all over again or something. I'm not sure. This was lovely, though. Vanderpod Recaps posted this on the post saying that Tom is not going to be, or that he split with his lawyer and he's going to represent himself. Vicky, Tom Sandoval's girlfriend, she wrote and commented on Vanderpod Recaps, fake news, he's not representing himself. He's going to be represented by a different lawyer that specializes in these type of cases. I have so many questions. One, who specializes in these types of cases? Two, why is Vicky always commenting on his behalf? It's like giving, like, I don't know, like she's babysitting him or something on social media of all places. Like, why? This is not a good use of your time, I feel like. Not effective. But this will be interesting. Vicky wants to be involved, I guess. Like, is she going to pay for his lawyer? How does she know he's going to get a new lawyer? This is a weird statement to make, in my opinion. But let's move on. Okay, I saw this on Two Judgy Girls. According to TMZ yesterday, Vanderpump Rules, James Kennedy arrested for domestic violence. This really hurt my soul. And I know that there have been like rumblings and rumors in the past. And I said, like, I don't doubt those allegations. And I stay firm in believing that everyone or anyone who commits a crime or something heinous of this nature, they should be held accountable. And I feel, even though I look at James Kennedy, like, I don't have a son, but if I had a son, like, I feel like I would be looking at James Kennedy like a son. And it pains me because I want the best for him, but the best thing for him is to be held accountable. And that means he has to be, I guess, he has to face the consequences. And I don't know what those are. I don't even know what happened. Apparently and allegedly, this happened on Tuesday night after Kathy Hilton's Christmas party, which I'm not covering because I had the worst FOMO. It like actually hurt my feelings. Excuse me. It hurt my feelings when I saw the pictures. I was like, this is worse FOMO than Bravo Fan Fest. This is worse FOMO than if I didn't ever go to BravoCon. So I just like was skipping over it. However, I did see one video where someone was like the real life elf on the shelf. And it was a video of James that night where he was like jumping over like a pool, not like something, not like crazy, but there was like a shallow area that you could easily hop over. And he just kept doing it over and over again. And like after he did it the first time, I felt like I had anxiety. I'm like, is he going to fall in right now? Like, this is too much. And we've all been watching James for a long time. You can tell when James is sober. You can tell when he's possibly intoxicated. And I got that gut feeling when I saw that video. But this coming out yesterday, I guess kind of not confirms it like officially, but in my mind, I think my gut instinct was right. Something like kind of odd about this situation is this isn't odd that James hasn't made a comment yet. However, Allie, because when we see this headline, we assume that Allie is the victim here, right? Which I don't know if that's the case because in the article, it just said like a woman. So I don't know if it was Allie or somebody else, but Allie had an event the day after Kathy Hilton's party. And I guess she was saying great things about James and saying how proud of him she was. So I feel like we need to hear more information about this before we like come to our own conclusions, but this is very sad and heartbreaking. And if Bravo was covering up any of his bad behavior, then shame on them, because that's so gross. Like, come on, people. That's a lawsuit. That is a major lawsuit. And if it's true that Bravo covered up James allegedly doing something to Chris and Dodie, then I hope that she can hold Bravo accountable for that. And James, obviously. Bravo Babe is here. Oh my God, hi. I hopped on at the perfect time. Oh my gosh, Bravo Babe, you were with Vicky last night. Is that correct? I saw the video before I jumped on this live, but I'm pretty sure Bravo Babe was with Tom Sandoval and Vicky last night. We need to know, why is Vicky commenting on Tom's lawyer? What is that all about? And is he going to try out for the new cast of Vanderpump Rules? Because how's he generating any income now that everything is ending? I mean, I guess he had this show last night. What was it? A comedy show? What kind of show was it? I need to know. Anyways, let's move on. Don't forget, I did interview Peter Madrigal. Was it last week? I think it was last week. To get his thoughts on the news about the recast, and then also the news about Schwartz and Sandy's closing at the end of the month. Also, I asked him about the Valley, because if you recall, earlier in the year, I interviewed Peter after season 11 of Vanderpump Rules started, and Peter wasn't in any of the episodes yet. And we're like, what's going on? So then Peter comes on, and that's when he said that Bravo didn't want to pay him, and he's not going to be on that season. And I asked him what he thought about the Valley, and he said it looked awful. And so I asked him, what does he think about the Valley now? Check out that interview with Peter. Let's go into the lineup for the week. We still have so much to talk about. Okay. Potomac, season 9, episode 10, Love in the Fast Lane. Giselle joins Ashley to play the field and find new love. Karen and Ray address the work needed to repair their institution. TJ confronts Stacy about the state of their relationship. Wendy braces for a tough conversation with her mother in a crazy-ass looking dress. Mia and Gordon discuss their decision to divorce, and the conversation takes a surprising turn. Oh my gosh. Okay. Does anyone want to see Giselle and Ashley date? And also, don't we see Ashley date on the new show that's coming out soon? Like Love Hotel or Love Motel or something? I don't know. Ashley's like a lot when she's dating and flirting. It's almost too much for me. I'm like, oh, this is intense. Ashley cracks me up in that way. But did Jizzy find anybody? I think she like accidentally found someone. And I think she said on Watch What Happens Live that we may see more of that person. So we'll see. We never see Jizzy with a stable relationship. I'd like to see one someday. TJ confronts Stacy. Yo, TJ. What is going on with him? I think Stacy should date other people, but is she going to? Their whole relationship is very odd. And are they still together now? I don't recall her ever saying. Wendy goes to meet her mother to tell her mother that she's no longer a professor. She brings, who was with her? Was that her friend or cousin or something? She didn't even tell the person she was with that she was going to do this. And so this person is tagging along for this very tough conversation. Wendy's mom she is a character for sure. And my mother is not that different, so I can understand Wendy's position. And that whole thing was just, Wendy's a grown ass woman. It's so, I don't know. It's interesting, the differences in cultures and generations. But then at the end, we have Mia and Gordon. This broke my heart. Mia talks about divorcing Gordon in front of their kids like it's no big deal. She's like, oh yeah, so we're going to just like divorce. And what do you guys think about that? And these kids are like, I feel like this is not how the conversation is supposed to go. I don't have any experience on either side, like from a parent or child aspect at that age or anything. So I'm like, just my jaw is dropped and I'm like, what is this? Is this the proper way to be approaching this topic? And her kids do not look interested in going along with this. And then when Gordon's there, this is when I really started to feel so awful. Mia's daughter like whispers in Gordon's ear and is like, is mommy gonna marry Ink? And Gordon's like, that's up to her. And it just made me sob. I sobbed. It like, that was so sad to see. And it made me like, I don't hate Mia, but it made me start to really hate Mia. I mean, like, I don't hate her, but that was rough. This whole thing is like, it's too much. The whole paternity being questionable. Why are we doing this? Why? But yeah, that was rough. What episode is this? We're in episode 10. I'm not loving this season. I said it. What's up, Max? Oh, that was Wendy's sister who was with Wendy when she was wearing those crazy sleeves. Who told Wendy to go out like that? And did she look in a mirror? Because that was so crazy. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's move on to Married to Med. Season 11, episode 3, Saddle Up, Cowgirls. Quad gets a very special and expensive gift from her boyfriend, King. Toya has advice for Eugene's new business, whether he wants to hear it or not. Simone and Cecil deal with their boys. Heavenly teaches their son the ropes in her dental office. Phaedra deals with Apollo and his marital affairs. T, Contessa, and Phaedra come up with a plan to fix the group. The ladies all head down to Florida for a Cowboy Carter-inspired ladies trip, but will it be the medicine they need? Okay. Quad. Right out the gate, I was like, what is happening right now? The last episode, episode 2 of this season, Quad gets this over-the-top birthday party thrown by her man, King. My man. And on top of that, he literally rolls up in a Rolls Royce with some Louis Vuitton luggage in the trunk. And this is her birthday gift. Where did he come from? How do we clone this man? Can I get one? What's going on? And he's in her confessionals already. Like, they seem like they are serious. Are they? I don't know. I'm scared. I am scared of women on these shows getting new guys coming in and like, is this love bombing? Is this true love? Is he just like very generous. I need to know a little deeper about this relationship because I want it to be what it seems to be. But, somebody's got to question things, right? Oh, Lordy, Lordy. So, yeah, Quad's happy. Simone and Cecil, why are you cleaning up after your boys? I aspire to never, ever, ever, ever do that. Hopefully. Heavenly is so funny with her son. And the way they edited the scene was so cute because they show Heavenly's son interning. She's like, he's on payroll, even though he should be paying me. And at first, they make him seem like very professional and like he's seasoned. But then they like rewind the footage and they show him like fumbling over gloves. He's like, he forgets to say certain things. He's calling her mommy in the office. She was like, Dr. Kimes, Dr. Kimes. He's like, okay, mommy. She's like, Dr. Kimes. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. And I feel like in this scenario, the nepotism is not like an issue. I've been in a situation in a corporate environment where there was straight up nepotism going on. It was like painful. It was painful. But I had to work with the Nepo baby. And in a meeting, I was so embarrassed because he called our partner Dad. I had to shut off all emotions so I wouldn't start busting out laughing. Oh my gosh, nepotism. Okay, anyways, what else? Oh yeah, there was a Phaedra and Apollo scene. People might be shocked, but I didn't watch Real Housewives of Atlanta until recently. Atlanta and Beverly Hills, I didn't watch the beginning seasons and I jumped back on. I mean, like I watched a couple episodes here and there, but I didn't really jump back on until COVID. So I like don't know all the history. So I feel like I can't even speak on it. But it's wild because somebody posted a picture of Phaedra giving birth and then Phaedra saying to her son, I can't believe I'm bringing you to high school. This is what I love about reality TV. It's like the longest case study that you can imagine. It's like we're literally watching these people grow up. Okay, what else? Let's go to, don't forget, I do have an interview with Dr. Contessa and Dr. Simone. The links are in the show notes. Go check those out. We talk about integrative medicine, women's health, and cannabis. Go check it out. Okay, the next show on Monday is Below Deck Sailing Yacht, Season 5, Episode 10, All Work and No Rosé. Danny and Diana compete for the new deckhand's affection. Gary and Daisy adjust to roommate life. Yikes. A primary charter guest celebrating her 50th birthday has high expectations. Daisy fears the boat will run out of rosé, so she sends Danny on an unexpectedly difficult mission. Chef Cloyce gets frustrated with the interior team, which puts Daisy on the defensive. The primary suffers a severe jellyfish sting that threatens to ruin the entire trip. I thought this season was going to get better after Chase. His name is Chase, right? After Chase came back, but it's actually not as exciting as I thought it was going to be. I'm still kind of bored. I got so hyped after last week because Chase came in and they made it seem like, oh, these two girls are going to be fighting over him, which I think is going to happen, but we got to ramp up to that. So it might take a while. Let's move on to Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills. That's where I wanna be. Okay, season 14, episode 4, Twisted Sisterhood. The girls' oceanside getaway gets derailed when a tense exchange between Dorit and Kyle leaves the two at an impasse. On a boat trip, Garcelle feels adrift over her soon-to-be empty nest. Sutton helps Dorit navigate rough waters in her separation. At the final dinner, Bose and Erica are left questioning the future of the group, but Sutton tries to bind the women together through sisterhood. I don't like to review this show. I just want to repeat something that Dorit said to Camille Grammer in the scenes for the next episode. Dorit says, in a very smooth, calm voice, she's like, honey, you are a real cunt to me. I screamed when I saw that. I was like, oh, Dorit is not backing down. I don't think she's going to back down at all. Her energy is up here. I love it. I want it to stay up here, but I think it goes even higher as the season goes on. So I'm here for it. Dorit. She's delivering. Okay. This show. Oh, Real Housewives of New York, season 15, episode 11. Resorting to madness. As the ladies head to Puerto Rico, drama around room assignments threatens to throw the trip into chaos. Aaron and Uba attempt to clear the air and make amends. A comment from Rebecca offends Bren and leads to a heated exchange at dinner. This was actually one of the first episodes that I kind of paid attention to. One, I was dying that no one wanted to room with Sai. She's like, I'll share with someone. And they're like, okay, so who's going to be the other person? And it was crickets. Okay, Bryn, this is where Bryn starts to annoy me. She stole Jessel's luggage, and I'm over the pranks, but also the luggage. Come on now. If somebody messes with my luggage, that is not going to be a funny prank. It's going to start a war. Don't do it. Like, why would you? And poor Jessel's just like outside screaming, like, where's my bag? I would be pissed too. Maybe someone needs to play a prank on Bryn. Bryn is doing way too much. And I've loved her to date until this last episode. And I'll get to it. But there was one moment where Aaron was eating an offensive amount of cilantro. And that makes me just think of her differently. Sorry, I hate cilantro. I would murder cilantro if I could. And then we get to Bryn and Becky fighting Rebecca Minkoff, because Bryn has been very passive-aggressive towards Rebecca, apparently, and Becky finally sticks up for herself when they're talking about rooms. This is right after Bryn goes into Jenna and Raquel's room. It's like, hi, lesbian, your third is here. Like, enough. I'm done with it now. Like, this is baiting. This is disrespectful. Like, let's just stop this. Please, Bryn. And I still want to love you. She follows me, so I'm scared to say anything bad, but I can't help it. Becky said, you wouldn't understand what it's like to want to have a bed to yourself because you'll understand once you have children. Rebecca has 4 children, by the way. That is like, it's a lot. And I feel her pain because, yeah, you just don't get sleep the way that you ever did before you had children. And the way that Bryn was so offended by this, it's like, it was over the top. Yes, I understand she's like, it's a trigger for her because it's something sensitive that she's been open about. So that was kind of shady of Becky, but at the same time, it is a fact. Like, Bryn will never understand until she has her own children. Like, it's just, you can't understand until it happens to you. And for Bryn to be like, how dare you? I have Russian billionaires calling me all through the night. Like, I am sorry, even if that was true, that is no comparison to actually having children. So I'm sorry, but I couldn't. This is when I'm like, I can't defend it. Can you defend her behavior? No, I can't. Not in this episode. And then she's like, I'm the teacher, you're the student. And it was giving me Kelly Ben Simone. This is me. This is you. And I feel like this is not the first time we've gotten like, I don't know if they're trying to give like a nod to the OG RHONY seasons, or if they're like, they've already seen it and it's stuck in their head and they can't help themselves. But this is not the first time where I felt like they're trying to channel the same energy from old RHONY. The other time was you don't support other women. That was like, I mean, can we have these shows if they have watched them and their viewers? Like, don't we want, what kind of people do you guys want to watch? Do you want people who are completely out of touch, don't go on social media at all? Or do you want people who are like, I know this game, send me in, coach? Because I don't like that. I want them to be out of touch. I want them to be clueless. I want them to be like Kathy Hilton, where they're commenting on Rick's iPad on social media because they don't know how to use it. That's what I would like to see. Max said, Uba is very annoying. Yo, that actually really bothered me, the way Uba was acting. She's going, I'm too rich for this, and I can't stay in that tiny bed. And Raquel's like, girl, I've seen your apartment. You can stay there. And I don't know, Uba's tall, so maybe that's why like they're like, no, you can't stay there. So I don't know. I don't know if she really could stay there and she was just being a diva, or if it really was like awful, horrible conditions. But just, it doesn't matter. The way that she came off about it, the way she reacted to it was so off-putting. She's like, I'm going to the St. Regis or whatever. It's like, whatever, dude. Tay-Tay's here. N-Dub is here. Just like Ronnie Crickets. Max said, I think all housewives should follow Lisa Barlow's vacation plans, especially the room situation. Agreed. We're going to talk about that. Let's see. Max said, we need a Brittany? A Brittany from Salt Lake City? Oh, uh-oh. What's going on here? Why is this not working? Okay, here we go. And Deb said, I want them like Brittany. She uses socials to laugh at herself and poke fun. Yes, same. Meredith also is good at this. She posted a picture of herself yesterday and was like, you know what else is sulfate free? Everything at Shop Meredith Marks. And I thought that was hilarious. So yeah, that's what I want to see. Tay-Tay said Uba was doing the most. I don't know how she's not embarrassed. I would be mortified. Like, if you make that much of a stink, you better leave. Like, you cannot come back after that, right? Like, how do you go back in the house after screaming and shouting and saying I'm too rich and all this stuff? My pride would be would be too big for me to go back in there. Am I wrong or is she wrong? I just didn't get that. Like, what? Oh, but you just walked back in there and now you're sharing a room? This is not like a flex moment. Like, I wouldn't say she won. Oh my God. Okay, so also, I didn't even know the reunion was filmed this week. Did you all know? I like don't care. That's probably why. But did we not know this because we don't care, or did we not know because they didn't talk about it? What's the situation here? whatever. I'll go through the seating chart. Andy's obviously in the center. To his left is Uba in the first chair. I was surprised by this. Then you have Aaron, then Sai, then Raquel. I think Raquel should not be at the end, but I understand hierarchy when she's like newer. Her and Becky are on the end. Let's go the other side. To Andy's right, you have Bryn in the first seat. That makes sense. Then you have Jenna, then Jessel, then Becky. And Dub said, is this a short season? So they're on episode 11. Actually, is that? Because, okay, Salt Lake City filmed their reunion last week, and they're on episode 13 this week. RHONY is on episode 11, and they filmed their reunion this week. So they might have one less episode than Salt Lake City. I think Salt Lake City is having 16 total, and then I think 3 parts of a reunion. I don't know. Like, do we even need a reunion for this season for Real Housewives of New York City? I don't care. I hope it's 1 part, 75 minutes reunion. Literally, I could do with a 1 part, 60-minute reunion, and that seems fine. We'll see what happens. My favorites, just my personal preference and faves, are Raquel and Jessel. Jenna's okay. I actually like Jenna more this season than her first season, but the rest I'm not. Yeah. And snooze fest. We're all sleeping. Let's move on. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, Salt Lake City. I get anxiety from this show. Okay, season 5, episode 13, Rooms for Improvement. There's trouble in paradise as the ladies embark on their trip to Puerto Vallarta. Angie feels slighted after Meredith's bat mitzvah. Bronwyn and Lisa have a falling out over room assignments. Mary chooses to stay in Salt Lake City as issues with Robert Jr. come to a head. Brittany makes a new announcement. Bronwyn comes to terms with Gwen's decision about her grandparents. What was her decision? I don't remember that part. Okay, so activity. Lots of activity in Salt Lake City. Or maybe just because I cover it a lot. I don't know. So Queens of Bravo posted this. Apparently, Andy teased that, Andy teased the Salt Lake City 3-part reunion on the radio. There's bullet points. Might be able to do 3 supersized episodes, 10 out of 10 reunion, big drama, reconciliation, humor, great lines. When Angie K saw she was seated next to Andy, she said, wow, I went from bench warming bitch to seated next to Andy, which is pretty funny. Speaking of Angie, I posted a picture asking, is this high body count hair? Angie responded, she said, I came here to read your hair for filth, but I actually love it. LBCH, which I think stands for low body count hair. I love it. Okay, another thing, the Reality Report posted this on Instagram. Jen Shaw's assistant Stuart Smith sentenced to 9 months, freed me from the devil, is in quotes. And there's a full story in their bio. I didn't read the full story, but I saw this everywhere. Apparently Stuart is sentenced to 9 months. In addition to that, Queens of Bravo reported, according to The Sun, Jen Shaw's jail time has been reduced again. She will now be released on November 19th, 2027. That is in less than 2 years. We'll be on season 7? I don't know. It also says they're also reporting Monica Garcia has been hit with a $9,000 lawsuit for skipping car payments and damaging leased Cadillac. What? And damaging leased Cadillac? Okay. This is another lawsuit for Monica. She's not doing well in the lawsuit arena to date. The first one is with Heather and Beauty Lab, and she lost that one. So this is not good. This is not good. Okay, let me go back to, where did that blank slide come from? Okay, I actually want to show, excuse me. I want to show my tweets. Let me switch this. Share screen window. I have to go out of here. Wednesday. Okay. Yes, Wednesday I was getting into it with Salt Lake City. And Brittany was on Watch What Happens Live. Finally, she posted this reel where she cut up little clips of every time they mentioned her on Watch What Happens Live. It's so funny. I do like this. This is the kind of housewife activity I like. I think it's funny. Let's see. Andy tweeted, Watch What Happens Live is live tonight at 10/9 Central after Salt Lake City with Heather Gay and Brittany Bateman. Post all of your questions for them now. I posted a lot of questions. I posted, Heather, are you scared that Jen Shah is getting out of prison early? Heather, how much dog poop was really on the floor at Bronwyn's house? What else did I ask? Brittany, is the micro rumor about the Dosman true? You never know because Bronwyn said it. Brittany and Heather, does Bronwyn smell like dog poo? Heather, do you still soak as a grown-ass woman? That one's in here somewhere. Hold on. Do you think she does? Oh, yikes. Okay, so let's go to the tweets. Okay, in this episode, I don't want to go through too much because I cover this in Patreon, but Mary, again, she had me crying, and I just feel so grateful and thankful that Mary is sharing all of this with us, and wow, like amazing. We are very lucky to see all this. Oh my God. Talking about Heather soaking, she needs someone to soak with. Gross. What did they say? It's like a hot dog in a hot dog body. What the hell? I swear, Salt Lake City is like another planet. I'm so fascinated by everything that happens there. Max said Mary is still showing up. She really is. And how come, like, it was so difficult for them to open this bottle of Cristal? I thought that was interesting. Okay, so then we have Lisa's trip to Puerto Vallarta, and they're all in first class, FYI. And of course, Heather Gay peed on the floor. She admitted it. I'm just going to assume Heather Gay is always peeing somewhere inappropriate, but Lisa's so funny. She's like, come on, my chicas. Okay, this is where I started tweeting about Poopwin again, finally, because I feel like enough time has passed where she's not riding my D. Like it's her job, Jenny. But I think, based on this week's episode, I do think Poopwin wants to ride Lisa's dick like it's her job. Because why the fuck does she care if they're in the same villa? It is so embarrassing. Honestly, the way that Bronwyn acted, I shouldn't even talk about this right now. Away from my Patreon because she's probably listening and watching. Stalker. Everything about Bronwyn's like, what about me? I'm the victim. And they did show that she had these like very bad dog bites. And I don't want to diminish her injuries because they looked very severe and very concerning. However, people have sent me the actual documentation of lawsuits against Bronwyn and Todd because of their dogs biting people. And so I don't know. I'm shocked that she didn't go on to tell more about the whole story. Like, it's something about it is weird, but whatever. Okay. I did a poll and I asked, did Bronwyn step on Lisa's toes by bringing gifts? On Instagram, 57% said yes. But on Twitter, 60% said yes. I mean, it's almost the same. So it's like, I don't know. It's not that big of a deal, I guess. Like, I'll take a gift. I mean, it's not a huge deal, but I think it is weird that she specifically asked and still did it, even though Lisa was like, no, I got this. So that part is kind of weird to me. Lisa and Meredith are becoming friends again. I love it. I like when they're sisters. Oh my gosh, Brittany's announcement was about her daughter sleeping over, and I felt so bad because no one gave a shit. I feel bad even like laughing right now. But she is so funny. She loves making announcements. Like, what? Oh, Brittany. Oh my gosh. Brittany is so clueless too. When Bronwyn starts complaining about the whole rooming situation, Brittany's like, maybe she likes me more. And I think that's hilarious. I am here for that kind of shenanigans. Like, she's just so out of touch and like doesn't really know how to read the room, but like puts in a lot of effort into her, like whatever she's doing. It feels like she's always on, similar to Lisa. Bronwyn even was like, your voice gets this bass in it. Shut up. Shut the hell up. God, I cannot stand her. She even goes, I'm at my breaking point. I could not stop laughing when she said that. I'm like, breaking point over room assignments? You can leave. You can leave. Goodbye. Bye-bye, security. Oh my gosh. This show is so good. It never disappoints. There's like always something going on. The Kerastase shampoo conditioner that Angie gave to Meredith at her bat mitzvah. Meredith brought this back. She unwrapped her gift, saw that was from Angie, put it in a different bag, into a Brooks Marks bag, put that into her luggage to go to Puerto Vallarta, unpacked it from her suitcase, and then made sure she got it on Angie's seat before Angie even got there for dinner. Like, that is so hilarious. I am here for that level of pettiness. But Angie, she like threw the bag at Brittany and she's like, oh my God, Angie. And she's like, oh, stop. You're being a drama queen. And I was dying laughing because Brittany literally is a drama queen. That's like, she's a theater girl. That's what she does. I love it. It's funny. And Brittany really, she delivered on this episode. She's yelling at Angie, going, you said slutty tits. That's when Carlos, the waiter, comes up. He's like, buenos noches. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Carlos. I will be your waiter tonight. And he's like, he did a really good job. But Brittany is ignoring him. She's like, I have slutty hair. She didn't stop at all. He's like, buenos noches. Would you like to order some drinks? She's still ignoring him. She's like, you seriously said I have porn star tits. Oh my God. Brittany is hilarious. I like this type of drama versus the Poop Win drama. Poop Win's drama is dark and creepy and unnecessary, whereas Brittany's like just naturally chaotic, I feel like. But she's also like, she can go with it. I feel like she can take a hit and keep moving on. Whereas like if Bronwyn feels any offense to anything, then the world is over. And it's like, holy shit. Call Bravo, call the lawyers, take it down, get rid of the footage, burn it, and attack every single person who's seen it. Yeah, I'm still mad. Okay. Like I said, Heather and Brittany were on Watch What Happens Live. Heather, this is not it. Please, the worst. She's like opening her jacket like she's streaking or something. That's illegal, ma'am. You're not allowed to do that, I don't think. Brittany, she's singing, I think she was singing Don't Be Tardy for the Party. She's perfect for the camera. Look at her. She hams it up. She's taking direction. You can even see she's like looking at the words somewhere. She's like, don't be tardy. Okay. Like she's got it down. You can see it. Oh my God, I love it. Lisa posted her Puerto Vallarta PowerPoint. If you haven't seen this yet, let's see, what do we got? She said, when I do trips for my family or friends, we go extra where we actually, we're actually 2 PowerPoints. Huh? Why is this cut off like this? Sorry, this is just how it's being shown here. There were actually 2 PowerPoints. And of course, I hired the best event planner in Puerto Vallarta to help me execute everything. I love that. Oh, yes. So I'm going to also share something from the after show because Andy asked my question. And in the after show, Angie said those bottles of Kerastase are like $200 a bottle. Is that true? That's a lot for your hair, I feel like. In my mind, I'm like, I have to wash 4 heads of hair. If I was buying $200 bottles of shampoo, we wouldn't be able to eat. So let's see what else. Okay, I'm going to play this. Let me switch. Stop sharing. Let me go to this screen. Here we go. And the volume's up.
Women contributed. How much dog poop was really on the floor at Bronwyn's? A lot.
I mean, she was barefoot, and so I was trying to make eye contact, but also like navigate. And you can see it if you look in scenes. You can see it sometimes in the background of things.
I asked her about it.
Yeah.
She kind of downplayed it. The Salt Lake City women contributed.
It's everywhere, Heather said. So I purposely asked this question because 1, I know that Andy is disturbed by the amount of dog poop at Bronwyn's house, and rightfully so. I'm disturbed by it, and I don't like how she's just like, oh, it's no big deal. It's a big deal. It's a very big deal. And now you have these injuries to you from a dog. Like, lady, what is going on? Something's not right here. Just wanted to share that. But let me go back to stop screen, present, share screen, a window. I got it. Okay, what else? Oh my gosh, Bravo. OMG. Posted, OMG, the villa assignments from the Salt Lake City trip are the couch assignments at the reunion. Oh my God. I wonder if that was intentional or what? Like, that is hilarious. Also on the after show, we find out that Meredith sent back her party gift from Mary's house, sent it in an Uber. Mary didn't even ask for it back. Meredith just sent it back in an Uber. Oh my God. I love it. These people are so funny. Okay. What else? What do you guys think about the dog poo? It's so gross, right? Hold on, I'm going through some of the comments. Oh my God. And Dub said soaking requires 2 people, right? Yes. Knowing Meredith, she'll post soaking in a tub with her lush. Oh my gosh. Oh, and Dub said, for real, those are the type of injuries that you stay home from. Yes, I was like, why is she going on this trip when she clearly is injured? 2, why aren't any of these injuries covered up if she had stitches? It's weird. And I don't know. I don't want to like question her dog bites because who knows what'll happen. Tay Tay said Bronwyn is so insecure. Seriously. And Brittany's announcements are like, ugh. I think they're funny now. Like I want to hear the announcements now. And Dub said, don't show up to my party and try to upstage me. That's weird and so competitive, right? It is. It's like so unnecessary. And that was actually extremely thoughtful that LB made sure people were comfortable with their roommates. I agree. Max said Meredith needed that moment when she returned the shampoo. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Max said, poor Carlos and that hostess. Right? Poor guy. He's like, this is my moment. And that's a good point. She's a theater girl. I want her to show up in full costume at the reunion, singing at the top of her lungs, talking about Brittany for real. Like, I want that. Bring it. Bring it. Let's see what else. Max, I think Brittany's hilarious on social. Yes. Oh, Andy has a dog. He knows. Yeah. I could just tell from Andy's face when the dog poop comes up, he gets so disturbed. And that's why I wanted to ask because I'm like, Andy needs to say something about this. This is just not okay. Okay, let's move on. Oh, yeah. And then if anyone's curious about the beef between Poopwind and I, there's a bonus episode available for that. And I did a follow-up on Patreon because this woman has skeletons in her closet. And I'm not trying to put it out on my platform here for everyone, but if you are interested to learn more, you can. Yeah, it's not good, but I'll let it all come out on its own. I don't care enough. Anyways, let's move on to Sold on SLC. Season 1, episode 2. We're only on episode 2. Thou shalt broker peace. Sarah's open house turns icy when feuding agents Matt and Tina face off in public and Jennifer must step in to try and mend fences. Malaysia and Kenny work to grow their careers in luxury real estate, but Malaysia's intentions are called into question when her former boss gets involved. When Tina hosts the agents at a birthday party for her girlfriend, Kenny goes on the attack to prove his loyalty to Jen. I'm still not like in this show yet. Like I don't feel invested in this show yet. However, there were a couple weird things going on in this last episode. There's 2 men like in a river together cold plunging. Is that what they were doing? Why were they doing that? That was kind of odd. Also, was it Kenny? I don't know if it's Kenny is his name, but someone brought a mouse as a gift, as a birthday gift to Tina's girlfriend at her birthday party. And He's like, yeah, that's something I do. One time I gave 3 giant cockroaches to someone in his family, and everyone left the house. Like, he's smiling when he's telling this story. I thought that was so bizarre. And I would be pissed if someone gave me a cockroach or a mouse. Do not give me this. I do not want it. Take it back. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What is going on? This show is I hope it gets better. Like I'm gonna keep watching, but I'm not like fully in it yet where I'm like, guys, you gotta go watch this. So let's move on to Southern Charm. We're going with the dark editorial style picture for those who are just listening. But season 10, episode 2, Off the Peep End. The fallout from the Carolina Cup quickly becomes a game of telephone with JT on the receiving end. Miss Patricia hosts a soiree for Easter with rumors being the main course. Oh my God, this episode was wild, but let me go through some stuff that came up on social media. This is from Bravo Bree on Instagram. Apparently, Shep said in like the beginning scene of this week's episode, he goes, I know that her mom and dad wish she was still with me, and her grandfather and grandmother and her whole family. Talking about Taylor. Taylor posts on her Instagram stories, you cheated on me 4 times that I know of, and you think my family wishes I was still with you? Question mark, laughing emojis, delusional in caps, laughing emojis. And thank God I'm everything your quote unquote girlfriend. What? Wait, I can't see. Isn't. I want nothing to do with you. Leave me and my relationship alone. I will not stand for this. Woo! Taylor is heated. She clapped back. This was before episode 2 even aired. Oh my gosh. Also, what else happened? They were showing old seasons of Southern Charm, and so if you're like new and you're like, why is she huffing and puffing over Southern Charm? This show infuriates me. I hate watching this show. I watched old seasons this week, and just seeing Catherine suffer the way she did in the early seasons is so hard to watch. The way that she was gaslit, the way they treated her was awful. She was like a young 20-something-year-old, and she was the realest and spoke the most truth out of all the men we've ever seen on Southern Charm. And I feel like, I'm not saying Catherine is like Mother Teresa. Catherine has her own issues, but a lot of them I feel like are from this show. And Whitney, don't forget, is the executive producer. All of this is because of Whitney. He controls all of this. Think about it. Not good. Wait, I am going to go through my tweets for this one, though, because I was laughing so hard. What is wrong with Craig? Craig. Oh, Craig. Hold on. Let me, present. I'm going to share this with you. First up, we got, what did Muppet Mouth just do to his face with that mitten? He has like this, face routine, skincare routine that involves a mitten. And the way that he put whatever he put on his face was like, it seemed like he was acting. He was like, what? It seemed fake, but I want to know what it was. Also, I asked, who do you choose between Gaston and Schlep? And on Instagram, we got 75% of people choosing Gaston, 25% of people choosing Schlep. But on Twitter, we had 68% voting for Gaston and 32% for Shep. The majority is for Gaston. Sorry, Schlep. Sorry, dude. Okay. So I am actually concerned about JT because I liked him in his first season, but I think his accident may have affected him in some way because he really thinks that Brett, Madison's super hot husband, is jealous of him. This is weird. JT, are you being serious right now? Like, stop it. Please stop, JT. Brett is not jealous of you. I don't even know him, and I have 99.9% certainty that he's not jealous of you, JT. He even goes as far to question why Madison and Austin were wearing matching polka dots. He's like, what's up with that? Like, what? Dude. And he's saying this to Craig Conover, who believes that pandas are not real. And Craig's looking at him like, are you out of your mind? And for Craig Conover to think that somebody is crazy, that says a lot, right? Like this whole, and then going back to JT, this picture right here, I took a picture of him comparing Madison's polka dots with Austin's polka dots and him in the middle. I'm just like, oh my God. Is he on like, I need to know more about this accident. He says it was like the end of his life. He saw the end of his life or something. His life flashed before his eyes. But what was the treatment after that? Is he on meds now? Like, how much pain is he in? Something, I'm concerned because this is kind of nuts. And like I said, Craig was even like, you sound absolutely nuts. Crazy. Okay, this also was interesting. While Craig, Schlep, and JT were golfing together, JT is talking about Austin and his new girlfriend and saying that Austin messes around and cheats on his girlfriend. Craig and Schlep were shutting it down so quick and so hard. They're like, stop it. Stop. If you don't stop, I'm not talking to you anymore. I'm going to leave. What are you doing? And I couldn't get this feeling of like, this feels like boys club, like bro code. What are you doing, man? Why you ran out our boy? Like that's the vibe I was getting. So I did a poll. 74% on Instagram agree or think that Craig and Schlep were trying to cover for Austin. They clearly were trying to cover for Austin. Whether they were blindly covering for him or knowingly covering for him, I don't know. But they were clearly trying to cover for him. What I thought was very interesting about this poll, I do the same polls on Twitter and on Instagram. On Twitter, only 46% said yes. 54% said no, that they're not trying to cover up for Austin. That is a very big difference between the people on Instagram and the people on Twitter. Why do the people on Twitter think that Austin didn't cheat on his girlfriend? I mean, we've seen video of him. Madison, are you fucking kidding me? You're crazy, Madison. Craig's like, no one thinks you banged Madison. JT's face. That whole thing was so crazy. So they go to Patricia's. Everyone's there. JT's not there. But Shep is drinking. I wish Shep wouldn't drink. Like, I wish he would just quit for good, similar to James Kennedy. I don't think, like, why risk it? Like, just don't drink. But anyways, Craig in this scene is unhinged. He is gossiping so hard to the point where he is making up shit. He said JT called Patricia a bitch, which he did not. And now I can kind of see why JT, or how we get to this point where JT winds up quitting, because I can see from his side, like the cane, yes, not a great idea, but also I don't think he meant it in a harmful way. I think he's just not that bright and inappropriate. But Craig attacking him when JT's not even there and saying like he called her a bitch when he didn't. No wonder JT has a rough season. But what pissed me off a lot? Whitney. Molly, we get to know Molly a little bit more this episode. She's one of the new girls. She was on America's Next Top Model. She was on Project Runway. She used to model, but she gained 45 pounds, and so she lost a lot of her modeling jobs. This girl is stunning, by the way, okay? The way she looks now, how, like, she looks thin to me. And so for them to be like she doesn't have any jobs now, that makes me sick. So messed up. I hate this world. Anyways, Whitney, who she, for some reason, I love everything about Molly so far, except the fact that she is for some reason attracted to Whitney. Ugh. But she's talking about like making a sandwich out of her cupcake, like ripping off the bottom, putting it on the top so you can eat it so the icing doesn't get on your face or whatever. He goes, is that something you should be eating right now? I wish she shoved the cupcake in his face in front of his mother and walked out the door. She did Patricia did like kind of stick up for it. She's like, Whitney, no. But not enough, in my opinion. Not enough. Asshole. Can't stand him. I also love how Shep was talking about Jesus and Pontius Pilate. At one point, I was like, oh my God, Shep knows about Pontius Pilate? What is going on here? And I thought it was so funny because if you go back 1 or 2 seasons, I don't remember, there was one trip where they were all on where Shep is out of his mind, screaming and yelling at everyone. He's screaming at Austin going, I can't believe I even share, you don't deserve to breathe the same air as me, or something along those lines, like really insane. And I remember Taylor in that moment, she's like keeping her cool while Shep is insane. She's like, you know what I do to feel better? And he really was like, oh, what? He really thought she was going to tell him something great. And she goes, pray. And he was visibly upset. He was like, oh, pray. Great. Fuck my life. He was so pissed. So for him to be talking about Pontius Pilate and Jesus, it's just funny to me because the way he reacted to Taylor being Christian back in the day, he was just like, Shep. He should definitely be studied. So Craig was on Watch What Happens Live. He literally said these words: I've never lied on camera. Not one time. I swear to you that I have never lied on camera. He said that to Andy Cohen. And Andy's like, Craig. Because in the episode, he's like, did you watch the episode? And Craig's like, no, not yet. Because in the episode, they show a whole compilation of Craig lying. And it's just too funny. Craig, unblock me so I can watch your Instagram. Because you're funny. Wild. I didn't even do anything to him. Anyways, Craig also said on Watch What Happens Live that he's not scared of aliens coming here. He's scared of aliens leaving our planet. Because he feels like, which, by the way, all the aliens live on the bottom of the ocean, according to Craig. He said he would rather they want to come here as opposed to them wanting to get the fuck out. Which reminds me of Men in Black. So, yeah. Oh my gosh. Southern Charm is already delivering. I'm here for it. I like it. Even though I hate watch this, I still root for all of these people. And that is a toxic trait of mine, is that I'm still going to root for Schlep. If he shows 1 ounce of growth, I'm like, yes, Shep, let's do this. Let's do this. I'm here for it. I will support you. But then every time, he just lets me down. Let's see what you guys think. Max said, Craig has a big ego. I'm glad Paige can put him in his place. The number 1 popular guy on Bravo. Didn't he say he was like, I'm the most popular guy on Bravo right now? Oh my God. And Dub said, Craig's conspiracy theories are hilarious. For real, right? I don't understand the panda thing. Like, why does he think that pandas aren't real? And Dub also said, Whitney always irks me. Same with Shep. Max said, Schlep is the Jax. Oh my God, who's worse, Shep or Jax? Taylor. Oh my God. Maybe we should have like Bad Boys Club and put all these bad boys, Shep, Jax, who else? Tom Sandoval, Lenny Hochstein. Who else should we name as being on the naughty list? We need to have a naughty list of guys from Bravo, and we need to torture them. But like for a prize or something. Think House of Villains, but way worse actual like activities and competitions or games. And let's see, what should the prize be that'll make them want to go through this? Because we need to torture them, but also give them therapy. We need to like beyond scared straight them, basically. John Jansen is a good one to go. Oh, we got some good names going in here. Mauricio. I don't know. Is Mauricio bad? I can't tell. Gorga. Okay. But is he a bad guy? Like, I just want to get the bad boys who are like bad boys to women. They need a boot camp. We need to straighten them out. Teach them how to treat women. Apollo says, and Max said, Kyle from Summer House. Yes. John Jansen for sure. And who else? Jared Osman. Cynthia's ex. What was his name? Oh my gosh. Obviously, Austin, Craig. Actually, no, not Craig is like, he needs a separate boot camp. He needs a different kind of boot camp. Who else? Thomas Ravenel. Yeah. Max V said Peter is going to prison. Yeah, that was news this week. Peter from Real Housewives of Atlanta. I guess he's going to prison for like 3 years for tax evasion. Same. Teresa and Richard, I think his name is, from Survivor, when they met on House of Villains in the first episode. He's like, yeah, I'm known from Survivor. I went to jail. And she's like, oh, what'd you go for? And he's like, tax evasion. She goes, same. Teresa. Just Kelly said, anyone named Tom? Max V said, Whitney. Yeah, Whitney needs to go. And maybe we need a transitional house for ex-cons. Okay, this has been my idea for a long time. I still feel strongly about this. I think that this could work. This could bring justice It could bring reparations. Is that the right word? Reparations. It can do good. Okay, so here's my idea. We take criminals, people who have broken the law, and they have to be like, I don't know, maybe we have to classify some of these crimes. Like if they're really horrendous, we don't want to give them a platform. But okay, here's my idea for people like Jen Shaw and Erica Jean. They owe a lot of money to people. Well, let's take Erica Jane out of it because she hasn't been convicted. Let's just talk about Jen Shaw. So Jen Shaw has been convicted. She owes a lot of people money, but she's in prison right now. She can't pay back these victims while she's in prison. But I want to know what Jen Shaw is doing in prison because apparently she's having a beauty festival like coming up soon. I don't know what it was. I read it on like last week's episode or something, but she's like doing stuff. She had a play in prison and she's in there with Elizabeth Holmes. I want to know what's going on. So I was thinking, what if there was a reality show for these types of people like Elizabeth Holmes and Jen Shaw, where all profits go to their victims and they can pay off the victims while they're in prison. And obviously, if they're the prisoner, they don't get any of the luxuries of being on a reality show. Like you don't get to like tweet. You don't get to like post on Instagram or do like funny reels or like any of that stuff. You have to like, you're in prison and we're watching you. Because who doesn't like to watch those prison shows? Like, remember Beyond Scared Straight? That shit was hilarious. Probably wouldn't fly in today's world because they were literally children being yelled at by prisoners. But, like, I think it would bring so much justice, not just to the victims, but to also the people who watched these shows and were like, we got attached to them and we're like, now they're just gone. They're in prison. And so we could like the audience can get justice too, just from watching this. You know what I mean? And then N-Dub said, and Martha Stewart is the house mom. Yes. Yes. I think this is something. I don't know. But okay. We've been going for a while, so I'm going to get going. Make sure you subscribe, follow, share, like, leave a comment and 5-star rating for Bravo and Blaze on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to follow on social media at Bravo and Blaze. Check out new episodes of Bravo and Blaze every Friday and Patreon on Mondays, but also keep your eye out for bonus episodes. And until next time, stay lit, y'all. I'm trying to end this stream.